Especially in a movie like this, like you can take like bigger swings than you normally can. And that could be fun. And also like it can give you like a sense of relief. Like if you've just come out of like a couple of dramas and stuff.
Jesse, I always said if I talked to you, I would just compliment Detroit Become Human because I played it recently when I was sick and it's so good.
Oh, thank you.
Did you have the Rona?
I did, but that was, like last December I did.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of that game. Thank you.
So good. So how exciting is it for you guys to be a part of the creation of a new superhero world? And what impressed you most about that?
You know, I watched Project Power first. And then I read the script and I was so impressed with Project Power. I was like, dude, these guys are different. They're doing like, it's almost like a hyper video game mode, you know what I mean? Which I'm totally down with. And my kid absolutely loved it. And if my kid loves it, then of course I want to do the movie. Right. And so, and I thought, wow, Owen Wilson as this guy, as the Gar. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, let's go, let's do it. So I'm super excited.
Yeah, same. You know, I never been in this genre before. I've got kids who I absolutely thought about immediately. You know, they'll like it. They'll think it's cool. That'll be a great thing to share, you know, and throughout the years. But also, you know, something that is world building, has potential for all types of growing in all different ways. Being able to work with Michael and Owen, the directors have this really contagious passion for what they're doing, and they're so funny and creative and spontaneous. So it was just a really perfect deal. And then to be able to never done a villain before in that sense, so being able to kind of play something that, you know, has their own, you know, story arc and pursuits. It was cool. I
was going to ask you that. Is it good to be bad guys?
It's fun. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, well, especially in a movie like this, like you can take like bigger swings than you normally can, you know, if say you're doing a drama or not, you know, like you could just, you know, you amplify things and you think of things that you normally wouldn't think of, and your instincts and imagination lead you in a different direction. And that could be fun. And also like, it can give you like a sense of relief. Like if you've just come out of like a couple of dramas and stuff.
Is there a gadget that you wish you had that was in the movie that you would use in your everyday life?
The one that Charlie uses, that wristband that lets him just have incredible power, throw, move, push, hit, anything. Momona's character had that, Maya had that shield. She would be able to pop up or use his steps. Those are both something, you know, kind of that you can move around with. They're not too cumbersome. They're light and they can be easily disguised. So I think I could make use of those on a daily basis.
What was your favorite thing to do on your downtime between takes or like after the day on set? Was there anything you guys did to kind of bond as a cast?
The directors would put, especially like after a big setup and say we're moving or we're changing scenes or whatever, like, you know, they didn't like a lot of time where you can sometimes lose a little bit of energy. And this kind of movie, you have to have energy, you know, and that like, it sounds like a broken radio, but like you have to have energy in order for everyone to be on the same page. So they would put on music and people would start dancing. And after the third day, you start dancing. You're like, okay, let's do it. Let's get the body going.
Charlie finds out his dad is a superhero. Who's your real life hero?
I remember as a kid, my dad being a superhero. He was just this incredible symbol and specimen and source of knowledge and wisdom and, you know, discipline and experience. And it was, I absolutely looked up to him, still do, but looked up to him in that way as this incredible emblem of kind of leadership and masculinity and brain power. So yeah, that was my hero for sure.
Yeah, the thing I remember about my dad, like he was my hero, but he had a lot of keys. And you're like, man, this can open up anything. Like, you know, he worked in a factory and he was one of those guys. But I do have a good hero, like Mr. Lyles, who was my first. He was like my geometry teacher, my math teacher. And one time, you know, there was a problem on the board, and he thought I wasn't doing it. He's like, "How come you're not working on it like everybody else?" And then I solved it. He's like, "You're gonna do calculus." I'm like, "What?" And so he put me in college calculus, geometry, and all that stuff in order for me to get into calculus. But that was the first time anybody ever really acknowledged me. And he was the track coach too. So Mr. Lyles.
Did you talk to him after you like got famous?
Yeah, I talk to him still. Like, you know,
so cool.
He's in a public school. He's at Hubbard High School. And he was always like, "Hey, cool, man." You know, he was so cool. He still is.